Yeah, mate. Yeah, we got both signings done, so they'll be here February 22nd. Yeah. No, I've not seen the scores from tonight. Do I want to know? We did it! We're in! We did it! Singin' saman til sigurs hrópum áfram Grindavik. Og ég veit við magnum gerir dag. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Grindavik on The Impossible Dream. It is Season 9, Episode 10, and today we face Roma in the final game of the Champions League phase, and then we will have a first leg of the first knockout round because we are through. We cannot be knocked out. I'm not 100% sure why that. Oh, because probably there's teams below. I don't know. Anyway, we're through. It says we're through. Now, it doesn't mean this game against Roma means nothing, because what it does mean is that if we can take something, it mirrors from what I understand. So if we finish 22nd, we would then play whoever it is that finishes 11th, which is probably likely to be Napoli, maybe Tottenham, maybe Atleti. Depends, obviously, how the other results go from the teams that have played 7. So we do still want to try and finish as high up as we can, so that we start playing teams that are down here a little bit more. But we'll have to just wait and see, won't we, exactly how it plays out. But hopefully, well, we're through. That's all that really matters, isn't it? Now, we have spent some money, and we've started to build for next season. Now, the first guy we signed is this guy, Cristobal Rojas. Now, we signed him for 1.8 million from Odo Italiano, the Chilean team. Now, my thought with this guy, at first I was just like, when the scout signed it, show me, I'm just like, yeah, he probably is about a B- signing. But then the more I looked at him, take the physicals sort of to one side, really good off the ball movement, really good decisions, composure's quite good, anticipation is really good, which to me makes up quite a bit for the pace, and he's a good finisher as well. So a good technique. We should be able to train to place his finishes. I think he could be sort of like an upgrade on a rich man's Stephenson, maybe. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping for from him. 1.8 million is a little bit of a steal as well, I think. If we look at his career to date, he's only ever played in the Chilean league, but he's scored goals. He had a 14-goal season there. I think there's everything that you need for a good striker. I think he has. And the other signing we've made is this guy, Lars Degen. Now, he has been signed him for 7.5 or 7, I think it's 7.5 million from Juventus, a 19-year-old German centre-back. He is, I'm thinking, an upgrade possibly on Parisi, who is kicking off again. And Parisi isn't actually attribute-wise as good as I think he is. So yeah, I mean, the pros here, obviously, really good leadership. I mean, mentally, he's a bit of a monster. Physically, he's quite good. He's a little bit quicker than some of the other defenders we have, but still good in the air. Really good header of the ball, good tackler. Marking we could work on, but that's not really here nor there. So I think he could do quite well. Now, his career to date, we can see here, started off at Slavia Prague, went to Bayern Munich, never really played for them. Did you know he played 2 games in the Bundesliga? He's made a couple of appearances in Serie A, but yeah, considering Juventus signed him for 11 million, we're getting him for about half that. And there is a good argument to say that if he stays happy, which is a big if, he could and should do quite well for us. So let me know what you think of those signings. And, well, here it is. We are about to face Napoli at home. And if we can take something from it, it will be a very nice thing indeed. We're expecting a sort of a 3-4-3, I guess, from them. It's one of these formations where they really are putting up a block, aren't they? Basically a 5-man defense with wing-backs as well. So yeah, it's going to be tough to break down. But this is the team we're sending out. Rafferson in goal, Depe, Immonen, Mosquera, and Jones. Now, the reason Immonen is playing is because Parisi is suspended. Now, someone like Diana, I'm not playing him here because he is booking away from a suspension. So I do want him. Now we know that we're going to be playing knockout round football. Jonsson's going to come in and replace him as a defensive midfielder. Antonio and Bacali in front of him. Iskala, Nellam and Baltinson will be the front 3. Now Mosquera is on a booking and a heavy match load. I don't want to give ourselves absolutely no chance here, so that's why he is playing. You'll see that the match load, though, is a lot better than it was last time. And if you're wondering, Higuain's still away on international duty, so that's becoming really, really frustrating and annoying, but it is what it is. Not much we can do about it, so we'll just get on as best we can. Okay, so we can see the team sheets here. Now, considering we are 9 seasons in the future, quite a few, Valpoto, of course, who could be Australia's greatest player, but doesn't want to commit to us. Ganotto, who, of course, he's at Leeds, isn't he, in real life? Joffrey, who I know is a real player because I tried to sign him a while ago, but he's not all that. Dennis Sakari, I'm pretty sure, is a real player. Karsdorp is a real player because we've had him somewhere before. Roger Ibanez, I think, is a real player as well. I think I've said that wrong, though. It didn't sound right coming so there is a lot of real players here, as I say, 9 years on, that are going to be aging a little bit, although someone like Volpato is probably right in his prime, so there's no pressure on us. Do we have... Well, the underdogs that center around, let's go cause a few surprises. Let's try that. It is a little bit of a free hit, as I say, in that we know that we're already through. Oh, that's a cold pitch, isn't it, for in Iceland. Yeah, we know we're already through, but equally, you know, the next round it could decide, are we just going through to sort of be there, or are we going through with a real chance of actually being able to do something when we get there. Now, as I've said before, are we going to win it? Not this year, obviously. But, you know, the further we go, it's coefficient points, it's experience, it's money, it's reputation, it's all those sorts of things. So we do want to try and do as well as we can here. Now, one thing, I'm toying with the idea of getting rid of Godini in the off season. Now, I'm carrying myself in two. Actually, I've got to fix some marking assignments. 1 second. Yeah, so I'm sort of carrying myself in two because on one hand, using my own logic, he's not club trained, he's not first choice in Europe. Therefore, move him on, get somebody else in who is. On the other hand, he's a goal-scoring machine, the club's record goal scorer, he's a team leader, and is he somebody that just sort of goes a little bit beyond that, my sort of general rule, you know, the exception that proves the rule kind of thing. It's a great ball for Bautinson. Bautinson! What? Oh, don't give it offside. I don't think he is offside. I'm celebrating. I think we've scored. Bautinson's use of his body to take the defender out of play. Yeah, well, I didn't think he was offside. But watch Bautinson here. The ball was really good from Bakali, but watch him. He just eases the defender out of the way. The first touch. It's a wonderful goal. It really, really is. Textbook striking. And we take a 1-0 lead. It was never offside, was it? No, he's a mile on. It never looked offside. And we've taken an early lead against Roma. That is very, very nice indeed. Liverpool's taking the lead against Marseille. Could we find ourselves going ahead of Marseille? I was sorry. First of all, sorry there was no episode yesterday. We're ahead of Juventus. Yeah, sorry there's no episode yesterday. My wife has to work late on Wednesdays now. She has meetings and stuff. And so depending on how organised I am, it may become a semi-regular thing, moving the Thursday episode to Friday. The reason for it this week was just the baseball end of season stuff, and editing the end of season awards and things like that takes a little bit of extra time, so I wasn't able to be quite as up on things as I'd like to be. Let's just keep going with no pressure. When I was thinking about the Marseille game and how we sort of fell apart in the second half, I was wondering if, because my pre-game team talk was no pressure and my halftime one I think was don't get complacent, if I sort of confused them a little bit. So we'll stick with the no pressure theme and see how that goes for us. Jonsson wins the ball back for us. Now, one thing... No, I'm not even going to finish that thought because we don't want to take things for granted here. Bakali, another cracking ball for Bautinson. Bautinson's in again. Bautinson has scored again! And we are 2-0 up, and Roma just can't deal with a frozen pitch. See, it's as if we train, we ice skate, you know, we do all these sorts of winter sports to make sure that we are at our best for games like this. And, yeah, that is... Oh, good finish again. Bautinson, I just love the man. So good. So good. And now what we don't want to do is let them straight back into the game, of course. And we're putting some good pressure on them here, but they've played around the press. And they've... Nice ball down the side there. Oh, and they have pulled one straight. It has to be Volpato, doesn't it? Boo! Play for the Socceroos. Let's give it a focus. Before I boo him, I should see if in this world he is actually playing for the Socceroos. He may well be. In which case, Bakali and Volpato would be very much sort of fighting for the same shirt in Australia. Although I think Volpato's on the right, isn't he? So maybe not. Where are you here? He is... No, very much Italian. Boo! Alright, so we've overwhelmed them. But sometimes that just needs to happen, doesn't it? We've got a corner. Bakali to take. And, oh, it's a goal! And it's Mosquera with his first of the season. It's 3-1. It is 3-1. That is more like it. And Jonsson's picked this up a booking. It probably doesn't matter too much. I'm really toying. I don't know what my best midfield is, basically, with Jonsson, Antonio, and Deanna. Sort of two of those three playing. I'm not quite sure which two is the best. So, yeah, that's fine. Let's see what's going to become of this one. Tommy Jones, if you just want to stop that coming in. Oh, Immonen is there, and he's given it away. Oh, and Rafferson makes the save. Let's just go off of attacking. We'll drop it back to positive. Yeah, no, one other thing too is, I mean, I was quite depressed last episode. I really was, because sitting there and just watching all these bids come in and the match fitness go, and then the results as well. It really it really beat me down. Oh, Mosquera's missed a header, and he's let the striker in, and Rafferson makes another save. Yeah, but looking at it from a positive point of view, I mean, this problem is not going to go away, where we have our mid-season break, and then we comes back and we don't have match sharpness or that kind of stuff. But from now on, we don't have a mid-season break. We can just play the friendlies we want to play. That's a weak pass. Tommy Jones picks it up, and what's going to happen here? Oh, Icelandic just not quite been able to go past his man. And we are in stoppage time. There's only a minute of stoppage time left. Goal difference might be important. And more so than that, 3 points might be important as Valpato gets his second of the game, just rubbing further my... I don't know if I dislike him or not. There's a part of me that thinks, yeah, I kind of get it. You want to play for Italy, but then equally, he was born in Australia, and that always annoys me a little bit. I think it's one of those problems that I don't think... I'm going off on tangents here, aren't I? But you don't really face it in Europe, certainly not in the UK. Maybe more so you might get sort of Scottish or Irish players that want to play for England as opposed to where they were born, kind of thing. But I have a hard time struggling like to understand it. Like I would if England called me tomorrow and said, I mean, which they would never do, it said, you can play football, cricket, rugby, whatever it is, you can play for us. By the way, we've just beaten Roma, wonderful result. Even though my kids are English and I've lived here for ages, I wouldn't want to because but it's what you feel, isn't it? So whatever. Anyway, we finished 19th, which is very, very nice indeed. So that we're ahead of Marseille. If we could have beaten Marseille, if we'd beaten Marseille, and it's a big if, but I feel like we were better than them, we would have been in the top 8 here. So that just makes that hurt all the more. So young Grindavik shine against Roma. Ren is in. We've got 2.4 million for that. Bakali stars. We've got a little bit more money there. And I meant to tell you as well, the kids have been knocked out of the Youth Champions League on goal difference. So heartbreak, absolute heartbreak. Anyway, guys, we'll be back in the flash of an edit to see who it is we're playing in the next round. And we will be facing Real Sociedad. Now, we beat them, I think it was at our first season in the Champions League, when we actually did go through to the knockout round. I think we faced Dortmund on that particular occasion. So we have history of beating Real Sociedad. Can we continue that? Well, the first leg, and I think it is a two-legged tie, will be up momentarily. Okay, welcome back. We are getting ready for this first leg against Real Sociedad, and we're going to have to do it without Depe out for 3 weeks. He's going to miss both legs. It's a bit of a blow. He's been our left back. Hasn't always impressed me this season, but he's still a player we need, really, and it does leave us with a little bit of a problem as to who is going to go play left back. You can see here, Meshalek is going to be missing as well. He's been injured for a little while, pretty much since the last leg of, the Roma game, so he wouldn't have been match sharp anyway, but he'd sort of back up, so we can get away with that, I think, just about. But let's have a look and see what we're doing here. You can see we do have the first leg at home. We really do need to take advantage of it. I know there's no away goals anymore, but, we want to have a lead going to Spain, don't we? We're expecting a 4-4-2 out of them. Wing-backs with inverted wingers, though. So that's going to make it interesting. We're going to want to trap them on the outside. Let's make sure we're doing that before anything else. I've also dropped the line back a little bit as well, because they're a vertical tiki-taka side, or at least we're expecting them to be. So we'll see how that goes. So it is Rafferson in goal. Tommy Jones is going to go over and play on the left. He can play with either foot. So that's why he's going over there. It's going to be Parisi, Mosquera, and Juleson coming in to play right back. He's an international, so, he's the best man to come in for the job. Deanna, Antonio, and Bakali in midfield. Icelandic, Higuain is back from his international duty, so that's a big bonus for us. Boutenson, of course, goes up top. Haffeldarsen's got a bit of a knock. We do have registered now the Brazilian that we signed that is back from his season loan that we loaned back. So I'll stick him on the bench, and if we need him, then at least I'd rather have a fit goalkeeper than one that's partially injured. But you can see here the mentality of a few players is maybe not where it needs to be ahead of such a big Champions League game. Okay, so we can see the team sheets here. Conceição is their manager. Is he? No, he was in Porto in real life, wasn't he? But I don't recognise too many names there. I don't think, though. There's always one or two I see when I go back editing. It's like, oh, I probably should have seen that. I think there's no pressure on us. Let's just go out there and do our best. Can we get some of these hesitant, unconfident players? Deanna is still not looking particularly good there, is he? And here we go. We have a chance here to do the best we've ever done in Europe by getting into the round of 16, which would be a massive achievement, wouldn't it? But yeah, it's more exciting, I think, than anything, isn't it? It's a huge game. If we can take a lead with us, and it's a big if, but if we could do it, then you never know. We are good at home. We've beaten Real Sociedad at home before, so I think it is sort of the bare minimum we need to do is have a lead when we go. There will be, of course, still a chance to vote for Viewers Player of the Year. I'll leave that link in the description if you haven't done that as of yet. It was, who got nominated? It was Rafferson and Higuain, I think it was, that got nominated. It's a bit rough on Baltinson, to be honest, but yeah, I think we expect his brilliance. We maybe didn't expect Rafferson and Higuain to be quite as good as they have been. What is now really last season in game, isn't it? Yeah, I am a little bit concerned about the mentality of the players coming into it, you know, the upset and wanting to leave and all that kind of stuff. The transfer, they picked us apart and they've taken the lead, and I don't like the sitting deep there. I just don't like it. I always feel like when you sit deep that you're just, you're basically doing this. You're sitting there just waiting for the pass to come through, and maybe if we sit deep, I wonder if I'm still pushing up. I wonder if you sit deep, you probably want to drop off, don't you? So not the start we were looking for, that is for sure. But you can see there's a few players there anxious. Tom Jones is one that wants to leave as well. So we've got more defending to do here. It feels like we always seem to get to a big game that it's got to be offside, doesn't it? If it's not offside, it is the world's worst marking. So I really, really hope he's offside. It's on the right-hand side, so it'll be Juleson that's responsible. Yeah, it is offside, so that's okay. Yeah, we just need to find a way to be able to keep... Yeah, mile offside. I don't know why VAR needed to check that, really. We need to find a way to keep players happy through the transfer window when bids come in for them. I'm not quite sure how to do that, to be honest. I mean, if they're at a certain level of stature in the dressing room, then you can use that. But when they haven't been at the club that long, and you know they are key players for us, but yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? It is difficult. We've been unlucky so far. Let's go with that, and pump our fists. Say we have faith in them. We haven't laid a glove on them, though. In truth, have we? So let's try raising up the tempo. And yeah, let's leave it at that for now. Higuain's not having a good game. Neither is Icelandic. Is there an argument to say we go with two up top, maybe ditch wingers? And yeah, because we are going man for man at the back right now. But let's see if we can get a good start to the second half. Juleson, there's a lot of space in there for Deanna. Ball forward, Baltinson with a flick on, but he's up there by himself, isn't he? And ball forward, Parisi. I thought for a second then he was going to have a bit of a miscommunication, but all's well that ends well. We can get a forward pass. There we go. There we go. Juleson's done well under pressure. Antonio gets it forward for Bakali. Can Bakali pick one of his passes? He can. It's Baltinson. Baltinson! Oh, Bakali to Baltinson. It just never, you can't stop him. You just can't stop them. And it's a huge goal. It's 1-1. And it's a goal that brings us back into the tie as well. And what a pass, and what a run, what a first touch, what a finish, what a goal. It's just so good, isn't it? And, well, Baltinson, what goal-scoring record is he not going to break in his career? It just looks like he's going to be a legend of the game, doesn't he? And it's like I said before, it's not like he's scoring these goals in the Icelandic domestic league. This is the Champions League first knockout round. He just doesn't stop scoring. Now, oh, Juleson wins that. Nicely done. Iceala's got a little bit of space. He gets it wide for Higuain. Higuain, oh, just overhit for Bakali, but we win it back with Jones. Bakali, Baltinson, the goalkeeper's in no man's land. Now, is Baltinson onside? That the goalkeeper's so far out. It's difficult. I don't know. And it's been given. Baltinson has a second. I don't know what the goalkeeper is doing there. Tom Jones did well. Higuain with the flick on. And yeah, he's well onside. And the header only just stuck in, but only has to, doesn't it? So we are 2-1 up, and how close was it? Oh, it is marginal, but he is onside, I think. Well, he is because VAR said he is. The goalkeeper just came too far, didn't he? And despite the fact that half the squad is unhappy and wants to leave, we are winning a game of knockout round football in the Champions League. Tom Jones goes to clean that up. Oh, what is that, Tom Jones? What is that? I mean, there are just no words. He's got Higuain up there. He doesn't look at that. He's got Higuain. Just kick it out for a corner, mate. Oh, that is the stupidest back pass I think I've ever seen. Like, what are you trying to achieve with it? That's... It's unbelievable. It is just unbelievable. All right, what we don't want to do now is fall on a heap and go to Spain behind. Come on, Tommy boy, get your head back in the game. Ball forward. Oh, it's a bit of head tennis. Can we get control of it, please, Deanna? Oh, he can't. He can't. It's ball through. Oh, it's just wide. All right, let's... Well, if you can't win, don't lose. Someone used to say, didn't they? So it's 2-2. It is still alive in the second leg. The Baltinson double and the Tom Jones assist. And, well, it's all to play for in the second leg. That's all we can ask for, I suppose, isn't it? So we come away with a draw. We should be going to Spain with a lead, really, shouldn't we? And, yeah, well, there we go. It finishes 2-2. But that'll do it for today. If you have enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. You can see we had to start playing that Icelandic League Cup thing. What I'll do is I'll catch you up on that once it's done. We'll be back next time for Real Sociedad away from home. It's in a week's time. If we can win that, we have to win in Spain. But if we can do it, and nosebleed stuff into the round of 16. If we don't do it, it'll be the end of season awards. If we do, we'll have the first leg of the round of 16. So that's a lot to look forward to next time. Until then, guys, I've been Aussie Bell. Thank you so much for watching. Last chance potentially to vote for your player of the year, so don't forget to go and do that. Take care.